Did this work? I can't believe this worked. I don't know if this worked.
Oh, look.
Jason.
I see me.
Jason Regan, you're on. This is fantastic.
Nick, how are you?
Oh, fantastic, my friend. Fantastic. So let's just be honest with everybody who's listening in or on our live feeds, Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. We don't have the slightest clue what we're doing right now. Like, we don't know if it's actually streaming. We're using a separate service. We're using a marketing agency. No idea. So there could be some people on with us. There could be nobody. And we'll just sort of chat. I do see some people in the waiting room, which is fantastic. The people who are in the waiting room, or if you're watching this live, do us a favor. Just type in the chat, like, hey, and that'll show us like what's happening or what's not happening. And as we suggested before, if you are here just to hang out with us, that is amazing and awesome. And we probably will make this a regular thing, right, Jason?
Yes.
You don't have anything going on Thursdays at 2 to 3:30?
No, and then I mean, if no one shows up, we'll just have a conversation.
Yeah. Well, that too. But some people are here because we did mention we would be doing a giveaway today, and that giveaway is actually going to be a VIP seat to our November 3rd, 4th, and 5th REI Reboot experience. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Jason, I know you and I have been working on that now for about 6 months, and we continue to just plug that thing full of value. Are you excited?
Yes, I am. Can I win that, or does somebody else have to win that? Like, am I eligible?
I don't think you're allowed to win because, well, you're working it, you know?
Oh,
so
yeah, true.
Probably not a good move.
What if it's like I can win a +1?
You can do a +1, maybe. If you win it, you can give it to someone that is going to be profoundly impacted. But for those of you who are looking to get that giveaway, be sure to follow the instructions in the post. We do need you to have registered. Yes, even if you're on live with us, there's a new registration link that went through on the link. So we posted that up to the events on Facebook. Make sure you use that link to register so your name is plugged in for the giveaway. Make sure you share the post and then tag 1 or 2 friends in the comments below that could use some real estate, life, or real talk. Real talk. You want real talk, Jason?
That's good.
I talked to you earlier.
I'm inspired. Right now. We haven't started yet. I'm inspired.
Like, well, tell me why you're inspired first.
Because of how I'm inspired because of how energetic you are about this. Like, you're like, yeah, let's go. Right? The LFG. Like,
I'm not the one that
I can't get to spell that out, but
you said you got hit in the stomach earlier when I called you, that you just been beating the crap out of yourself at your class.
Yeah, my black belt friend, we did sparring for a little while, and that was fun. And then I was about to leave to get stuff done. He's like, I only get to fight you one-handed. Now I'm going to fight you two-handed. Come on. So I actually had a good session today. You know, sometimes like anything else, it's.
Oh no, am I still on? I don't know what happened to Jason, but I'm still here. I don't know if you can hear me. Hey, folks, literally, we don't know. Oh, good. Oh, I'm seeing comments now. This is an improvement. I can see comments. All right, Jags, I see you. We can hear you. Deb Chandler, thank you for coming. You can't hear us. Okay, interesting. Can you hear me now? How about that? I'll do a Verizon thing. You can. All right, cool. Post in the comment. And actually, Deb, I see a special thing for you. I think you're actually joining us with the actual feed here. So we might be able to get you on here with us. Chris Halpin says, hey. Christina Livingston, howdy. Dickens says, hi. Christina is tagged Susan. Susan, are you on? So here's the deal. Christina Livingston, Jason. Oh, Jason's back. Can you hear me now, Jason?
Yeah, why'd you kick me out, man? Did I say the
wrong thing? I didn't. I hit the comments button and it like kicked you. I don't know, but now I'm reading comments.
This is learning a new software, right? Everybody's done this. Everybody in the chat's done this too. Like, this is supposed to work. I'm actually connecting my social medias to it while we're talking.
That's definitely do that. Christina Livingston has a bone to pick with you.
We already fought and she won.
Why don't we bring her
money, doesn't she?
Yeah. Can we bring her on? I don't know if she's actually here. Hold on. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show. Oh, that's cool. Look what I just did. I hit a button in her little comment. Wow.
You need to teach me this.
Okay.
I'm the integrator, dude. Like, I should know this.
Yeah, definitely. Deb can hear us now. Yes, Deb. All right. We're in play. Nick -1, Chris helping, Jason 0.
Jeez,
We're
ouch,
at
Chris.
you're winning right now, Jason, with a 0 against my -1.
Oh, that's good. I thought I was losing. I thought you said 1.
No, Kyle Curtin. Hello, Kyle Curtin.
You
Deb
gotta say hello to Kyle correctly. It's hello.
Hello.
That was close.
Hello.
That was close.
Is he here so we can hear his hello?
Can you bring him in?
I think we can only bring in people that are in the actual StreamYard link. To get the StreamYard link, everyone, make sure you click again on the recorder. There's a I don't know. There's a registration link. It went out in the constant contact. Maybe there's another constant contact email going out now. The emails might be going out now. Not sure. Don't know. And but the link is also in the Facebook announcement of the event. If you go to my profile, Nick Allerid, you'll see it. It's right there. Click the button to register. You'll get the StreamYard link, and you can jump on in here with video to chat with us.
Oh, I'd like questions to a video. That'd be nice.
I think, you know what? I think we can have people in here. How do I make you a co-host, Jason? First, I want to do that. Can I do that? Okay.
Chris, if he screws this up, he gets another -1, by the way. I want to win. I like winning.
All right. Jason, if I'm going to click another button here, if I kick you out, keep trying to join back in. I'm going to now click a banners button because I see a banners button. Don't kick him off. All right, let's see. Watch this. First, we're going to do this one. Bloop. Is this going to work? Oh, look at that. This is exciting. All right, cool. So I'm going to bring on, I'm just going to let that roll. It's not really that professional, but we're going to go for it. I see Deb Chandler. I think I see a shadow of her in this waiting room here. Deb, before I bring you on, give me a wave if you'd like to join us just for a few minutes. You want to wave? All right, cool. We're going to bring her on here for a second. Boop. Deb Chandler! Welcome to the feed. What's new with you, girl? Tell us everything.
Oh, I think I'm live.
Woo. Can you hear me already?
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Okay, great.
Tell me what's going on with you. What's new in your life and your world?
Oh, boy, I don't want to share all that. But I do want to say that I saw your email invitation, whatever, how many hours ago, and I'm like, oh, I'm not ready. And then at 1:35, I think I said, all right, I'm just going to freaking do it. Because Nick, I don't know Jason yet, but Nick, when I watched your videos, I'm like, he's got the energy that I need.
What's that thing over your shoulder, Nick? What does that say in the background there?
Shut up and do it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Deb. I admire you for doing that. Like, getting out of your comfort zone can be hard, but that's how you grow.
And here it is.
Get out of the comfort zone.
Let's talk about something that you need or looking for now. And you're getting in front of all the audience, not just the, how was that number? 998,000 people watching right now. Not just them, but all the people watching on the recording. Where are you at, Deb? What can we help you with? Or what do you want to chat about?
I mean, we've chatted a little bit privately, Nick. So I am someone who is not in the REI world yet. And I've been futzing around and thinking about it. I've been thinking about bird dogging. I'm literally facing a no-fault eviction, like as we speak. And I'm looking at doing a tiny house village and just trying to get in. Like I want to get in with someone who can show me some ropes and help me get going.
What a story. You're going to be...
I can say more, but, it says shut up and do it, so.
I've never heard somebody use that against you before, Nick. So. Deborah,
awesome. I could just go on and on and on.
That was the first time.
I mean, no, I look up properties and, I've been looking in Mass and New Hampshire and Maine, and I've gotten my chops on how to look up, the tax maps. I mean, I'm good at calling and getting all the details. And then I don't have what I need to pull the trigger. Of course, I don't have any money. That's kind of a factor.
That's complete bullshit. But that's why I actually.
All right, so that's why I'm here, because I want to hear that.
Well, let's go back a little bit, Deb. You already know, pretty much in depth all the shit that I've gone through. But you know what? One thing
I know a little bit. Yeah.
One thing you might not know, the Minnesota deals. right? You know when I lost all 5. If you don't know
I don't
those
know
deals,
if I know that part of the story. The other thing is I got chronic Lyme. It robbed my memory. I don't remember too well. So go ahead.
Noted. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some friends with really bad Lyme too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So I want to remind you, Deb,
Yeah.
where I came from, and we all have our story, right? So it might bore a few of the people watching, but I'm going to tell it again right now. My first 5 deals in real estate. I was a banker in Boston working 40 to 60 hours a week, right? Overworked and way underpaid, right? And I knew real estate was my way out. And I'll ignore and skip all these details about losing a Risk board game and all of my friends I was hosting. So I had to watch an infomercial, and that led me to my first infomercial $49 binder buy and led me to my first big course. And like, I'll skip all those details and go right to the point.
Okay.
I was mad at myself that I hadn't done a deal in about a year. This is going back to 2005, right? And when I hadn't done the deal in 1 whole year, I then was like on the forums. Back in the day, it was reiclub.com, right? Before Bigger Pockets became Bigger Pockets. And I was on the forums kind of posting, and there was a gentleman from Minnesota that came out and sort of said, hey, I'm finding access to these undervalued pieces of real estate here in Minnesota and Wisconsin. So do you know the story already? Because I'll skip it if you do. You know
Okay. I don't remember hearing it. No.
I have access to these 5 undervalued pieces of real estate here in Wisconsin and Minnesota. And here's the deal. We're gonna contract to buy these. We have tenant buyers already lined up that need to rent, right? And they're going to be paying 20% above market average rent. So because they're going to be, they need help with their credit, right? So they'll pay 20% above market rent to rent to buy. And then in 3 years from then, we'd make more money on the purchase and sale agreement, the resale agreements, because they'll purchase to buy it at 20% above what we just paid. And then, so we'd make money on the cash flow. We'd make money in 3 years when we resold it. And back then, legally, let's say we contracted to buy a house for $500,000. We financed it 90 to 100% financed, right? And then the seller would give us a payment authorization at the closing saying, hey, thanks for the buy. Here's $50,000 back, right? So we'd make all this money at the purchase closings and the rental income and the resale income. And I'm like, this is fantastic. I'm going to get all of my money back for all these courses I just bought, all of these, coaches and boot camps. I'm going to get it all back in like one deal. Screw it. Let's buy 5 of them. Right, Deb? Let's get 5. I can do 90 to 100% financing.
I think I'm kind of hearing where this story might be going.
It ain't good, I'll tell you that.
We then had our call with my partner. So he was to get, a percentage of that upfront money. And we had a call next week scheduled with him. And he didn't show up to that call. And then as time went on, he wasn't responding to emails. And we found out that the rental applications from those tenants were not real. The resale, purchase, and sale agreements were not real. But my mortgages were very real, Deb.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So 6 months went by, and you can only do so much. I hired an attorney to chase him and a property manager to try to rent these things out. But you can only float 10 mortgages for so long. So I started in real estate, restarted with all my cash gone, my credit at 380. And because of short sales, I was just signing anything they put in front of me. I didn't care, right? I was the motivated seller. Like I became a motivated seller saying, whatever, just please take these away from me. And I signed $400,000 in unsecured debt that hit my credit report. So if that happened, I'm sharing this to you, not for anybody to feel bad for me. I'm sharing this for you because that forced me to have to think and become different, right? Like at first I thought my financial life was over. Right? Like I can't believe this happened to me. All my friends are still like going out in Somerville and they're still eating. And I'm sitting there like, this is the end of my career. Like, and if the bank checked my credit, I'd lose my job. And what happened was, right, I literally had a course that I had paid for. It was Marshall Silver. I think, do you know him? The hypnotist?
I don't think so.
Shout out to Marshall. If he ever sees one of these live feeds.
Silver.
Yeah, shout out to him. Hypnotist. He ran an event that I had already paid for, but I hadn't yet gone. It was called Turning Point. And I'm like, I can't get hypnotized, so why not? I'll go there. And I remember myself, I'm literally laying on the ground of that hotel floor, and I'm having a fight, like a battle with myself. Like, can't believe this happened. This guy totally, fucked me. I can't, like, why did this even happen? And then the other one was like, are you done yet? Like, what do you mean, are you done yet? Right? Like, well, this, I can't recover from this. Like, even if I work for 25 years in the corporate realm, like, I can't recover from all of this money, this 400,000, so much money. Like, it just took me 2 years to pay off 10,000 in my student debt. Like, no, like, I can't. And all of a sudden, right, laying there on that ground, I realized that it wasn't his fault this all happened. This was me. And if I just shifted the way I thought of things, and there was a piece of me that said, you know what, real estate is still my way out. It's still my way to be job optional. How can I structure my new life, my new business around not having cash, not having credit, and having the 400,000 on my judgments? Right?
You got me beat. You do.
Well, we love you. I'm sharing this because I love you. So, right. So here's what happens, right? There's something you already know. You've been around me for a long time. So I think you know what it is that you need to do. What's stopping you from doing that next step? Or maybe you don't. Like, what's stopping you right now from taking another step?
A lot of it's courage.
Courage to what? What would be your next step?
To reach out to people who are in the position to possibly partner, do joint ventures, to believe in the tiny houses too. I mean, I'm all in the tiny house thing. I'm now officially joining the Massachusetts Movable Tiny House Task Force. All right. That happened on a Zoom call last night. I'm all about the tiny houses, but someone who really it's needing to reach out to people who see the affordable housing need.
Yeah. I love that.
Simple answer. Courage.
I love that. And a person who's getting evicted. That's a label, by the way. You can choose not to accept that label.
Oh, the situation is such bullshit. I don't know if you want to hear it, but
we don't have time today. But
yeah, it's a no fault eviction. And I think I prevailed in court. I'm waiting for the judge's ruling.
But that's not who you are, Deb. So take that whole feeling of where you're at right now. I was one more quick story for, again, a lot of you know me a little bit. A lot of you don't know. I was flying out to Collective Genius, the top 1% of real estate investors across the country, right? Was on my way to win my 4th hot seat belt for giving the best presentation to these big shot investors all over the country. And I'm on my way to the airport when I get a call from my wife's attorney and said, we want to know when you're going to vacate, because you only have 7 days to vacate the house. You still have to pay for it. We don't know when you're not going to see your kids again. And something's got to have to happen when you get back to get all of your stuff out of the house. And I remember getting on the plane and just being so blindsided by it, because I thought we were trying to do things amicably, right? And my whole talk at CG was supposed to be about mornings, habits, and routines that serve us every single day, both morning, afternoon, and night, for my professional and personal life. And imagine the entire ego death that I had when I stood in front of the entire group of people. I started to talk, and I just completely melted to the ground, realizing that I was homeless. This, by the way, wasn't in the early 2000s. This was 4 years ago. So resets are beautiful, Deb. And you have a story now. Like, your story right now is, and the JV part, you're here right now. You had the courage to step in here. And for the millions of people that will be watching this recording, how do people connect with you, Deb? Let's elevate you. How do you want people to connect with you? Socials?
You want my contact? Yeah, I mean, I'm on Facebook, obviously, but you want me to just spell out my email, my phone number?
No, you just
I don't have a website or anything.
We can throw that in chat. Or
pop in the chat. Pop in the chat, and people can reach you for tiny homes. That's amazing. And Deb,
on Facebook and stuff like that too. Facebook, LinkedIn, all the others. You're listening to Deb right now. If you are also interested in it, reach out to her. Hit her up on Facebook. Find her there. Like, start the conversations. That's how we grow, right? With other people. We don't go far alone. We go far together. Back to you, Nick.
All
Deb,
right.
I don't
know my Facebook profile.
Are you in the running, or are you available for the November 3rd through the 5th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
All
and
right,
I
so-
chatted about that. I know you talked to a lot of people, but yeah, of course, here I am. I said to you, I can't afford it. I can't be there with all those people with the Lyme symptoms. But you gave me a pep talk in the private chat. So
No, we appreciate you. So we'll make sure you get on that list too for on that one there. Thank
I
you
did
for your
all the
time,
stuff
Deb.
to get the prize, to get the free ticket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. If you registered, we've got you. And now that you're on the screen, we have you're logged in. So Deb Chandler's in for that running. Thank you so much.
No,
Deb.
it's saying my comment failed to post. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either. So
Anyway, I'll try
why
it
don't
again
you?
in the private chat.
Yeah, and head over to Facebook too. If this doesn't work, head right over to your Facebook profile. Do it that way. So, all right.
Let's see if I
Thank
can
you,
find
Deb,
it
so
real
much.
quick.
All right. Who is next? Who wants to jump on with us? That's cool. I love stories like that, Jason. I love stories like
too. I'm just Facebook stalking Deborah Chandler right now, just so I can get her info for everyone.
that.
Don't mind me.
Oh, that's
I don't
awesome.
like stalking people on Facebook at all.
I see a
I'm looking
Karen
Deborah.
Orlando Place. Is she around? Let's see. Nope, I don't really see her.
Is Deborah from Boston?
Yeah, she's local.
Okay. I found a profile from Boston.
Karen, if you are there, I think I just saw you try to unmute. Do you have a camera on you?
Oh, there it is.
Something going on? All right. Okay, let's move to Fred has just returned. Fred Butts, do you give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you want to chat with us? Thumbs up? Ready for this?
Why are we giving a choice? Come on. Come
I know.
Come hang out. Come on, Fred.
Hey guys.
Fred! What's up, brother?
How you been, Nick?
How are you?
I'm good. It's been a while.
It has been a while. I love it. Tell us what's new,
man.
What's new? My wife and I started a real estate company. So we've been in investment at a small scale, very small scale for a long time. And then we started a real estate retail sales company right at the beginning of the pandemic. And that's been a great ride. And of course, it's a little slow now up here in New Hampshire with available listings. And so I'm turning back to the investment side of it, which has been pretty quiet since I think we had one. We had one that we ran through in 2020, but that was the last one. And so I saw this. I follow you and I follow the REI Unleashed, and saw this coming up. And I had read something else about the boot camp, and I thought, I'll check out what these guys are up to today. So it's good to be back. I'm sure the community's doing well.
Love it, brother. We love you too. What's one thing that you're looking for or need right now? Or you just want to get plugged back in? That's it.
I think sometimes, like Deb, sometimes you plugging back in is sounds figurative, but it's also literal in the sense that if you kind of get back into the group and you're around people that are taking steps and moving forward with things, you start to do that yourself. Whereas absence of that networking group, it's easy to just be like, oh, I'm going to do that. I'll do that Thursday. Well, maybe I'll do it next Monday. Maybe I'll do it on Tuesday. And so, yeah. So, and there's a property that we might be, whether we retail sale it down in, we have one in Newburyport also. And so, just getting reconnected with the group was maybe part of the opportunity there as well. So, yeah. So yeah.
That's awesome. Jason, talk about doing things alone versus with people.
Oh, God. Doing things alone versus with people. I mentioned earlier, you go fast alone or far together.
Yeah.
I have a big journey this year of doing things with people. I was a solopreneur and an integrator forever. So real estate investment, I did it myself. I did have partners in that occasionally, but working with people is great and hard. Well, one of the downsides of it is you are no longer fully in charge of everything. If you need to get something done, you need to collaborate to get it done. But that's also a great thing because you don't know everything. You can't figure out everything. And I find you get to higher places within the business when you're working with someone else because you can bounce things off each other and collaborate and figure out things. One of the things you have to do though, when you're working with someone else, is you have to set who does what. What are your expectations What are your captainships? Who's handling what? Like in the coaching stuff, I handle a lot more of the back end stuff. So I'm more of the integrator. I handle more of the software. I do coaching on my own too.
You mean after this event? You mean after the live stream?
Yes, after the live stream. After live stream. Yeah, Nick's up this live stream. But yeah, you have to. The biggest thing is figure out where everybody's strong and who's going to do what. Because if you start stepping on each other's toes, then one, you're going to start not trusting each other, things are getting done. And two, things aren't going to get done. Because I know with me, if I'm doing something, you stick your hand in there, I'm gonna be like, all right, I guess he's got that. So, and then you're looking at me like, Jason, why the hell didn't you do that? So it creates a lot of animosity between things. But those are like the downsides of it. The plus sides, man, you get to work with a friend every day, which is wonderful. And you get to collaborate and go farther.
Yeah.
But you just have to make sure you set the expectations in the beginning as to who's doing what. It can't be all flowy and willy-nilly. Otherwise, you're all going to be like, I thought you were doing that. Wait, I thought you were doing that. Who's renovating this house again? When did we buy that? That sort of thing is going to all start happening. And from the integration point of things, that drives me nuts.
Yeah, agree. I also think it's in complete agreement with you. I think one of the things you learn when you in any entrepreneurial venture is there are things we're good at and things we're not good at. Right. And our egos don't always allow us to admit that maybe we're not good at something because we think it's important and we want to have our hands on it, but we're really not the right person to be doing it. And we can do that, and I've done that in the past, but what it typically does is it prevents scale. I can only be me. I'd love to be able to clone me 5 times, but I haven't figured out how to do that legally or even scientifically. And so if I have people that I know can do something better than me and I'm okay, like I can understand that, then I can create scale in that environment. Like you said, I can, move past the one property at a time mindset by doing that. And I think there's great value in that.
Yeah. What's the version? Oh, go ahead, Jason.
You mentioned something huge there. Like, I can do everything. That's a solopreneur mindset, right? That was me. Like, I don't need them. I can do this better. 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 Oh, I had them doing it. They're not doing it good enough. I've taken it back now. You're not going to get very far like that. I know. I'll tell you exactly what you're going to get. Burnt out 20 times like I did.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you. Yeah, that's right. Who, not how. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
If you want to grow, that mindset has to be ingrained in your mind.
Yeah.
Something new hits your plate. It's not how do I do this? It's who can I find to do this that's better than me? Because you're going to be a leader. You're going to bring everything together. Oh, that's good books. That's a book I can be close to your shelf of books somehow.
So there's something else that's really interesting.
Look at Kyle.
Is when you're looking at it's difficult to scale with people. It's not easy. You were just talking about it. Managing people is not easy. But once someone gets the taste of how much faster, further, larger they can go, both in scale and in profitability and generally in wealth, if they're managing it properly, once they've seen that machine really work, that's when, I don't know, for me, this happened 2005, 4 or 5 with a completely different business, not real estate related. And it was only when I started to see what happened when we grew our employee base and I'm like, oh, this is like how it happens. Like you get, you involve people and you give back to them and you make them a part of the process. But generally speaking, when you see that kind of wealth generation in those moments, it's way more than anything I could do alone. It's just not even comparable.
I want to change one word you talked about in there, managing or manager. Don't be a manager, be a leader. Managers are accountable and things like that. Leaders inspire, motivate. You want someone to be on your team that's going to run through a wall for you.
Yeah.
And that's because they love what they're doing. You're helping them achieve their dreams.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, hey, why didn't you make 20 phone calls today?
Yeah.
Like digging into their dreams and getting to where they need to be and understanding them as a person.
Sure.
If you're a leader, you'll go quicker and faster, and you'll probably be happier too. Nobody likes managing a bunch of people.
Yeah. I think you're 100% right. Yeah. Leadership is, if you're going to scale, leadership is huge. There's a great book on that shelf back there. It's yellow. It's Jim Collins' B 2.0. And that book is the Bible, in my humble opinion. It's the Bible for scaling a company of any size. It's so well written, and Jim Collins' books are so incredible, and it's all about leadership and vision, and and the right people in the right seat on the bus, and so it's great, good book.
Awesome. Also try the 5 dysfunctions of a team. That's a good book too.
Yeah,
I should probably actually reread it myself. I could go down the leadership path forever, because manager versus leader is a trigger thing for me. I'm not a manager. I'm a leader.
While we do that too, I want to know, everybody who's watching, everybody in the chat, who here has felt like you were in this alone for years? Or type solo if you're like, I feel his pain. I know what Fred's going through. Like, got to do it myself. Type solo into the chat so that you'll also see, Fred, you're not alone in feeling that way. Right?
Yeah.
Lots and lots and lots of people like that too. Are you in for the giveaway, or are you not available that weekend?
I am available that weekend. I think I've done everything I'm supposed to. I've signed up. I've shared it, and I think there's some other things I have to maybe share the live stream now, as some other
nice
requirements that I have to do right now. But I'm not sure. I'm admittedly not super familiar with StreamYard. Do I can go to Facebook and share that live stream? Is that what you were saying?
Me neither, Fred. Yeah, go to Facebook and share it off. Okay. Best way to go. But we appreciate you jumping on, man. Hang out with us and answer some questions. And if you got something else, we'll bring you on a little bit later on. Okay.
Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
Nick, before you bring someone else on, we have a chat question from Jags. Nick and Jason, could you talk about the daily habits, especially that's why I don't know why it's a hard word, around time management that you live by?
Oh boy. Well,
daily habits.
I can't. Well, you can. You wanted to go yours first? I have a whole presentation on that. Maybe I'll share a screen later on that one. I'm going to bring that up maybe for the next person. But go ahead, Jason. What do you want to say to that?
This is not a 6-hour Zoom, man.
We have to do this again. No,
we do. I love this. This is fun. So daily habits. I guess I also have a presentation on daily habits. And so does Dan, if he was in here. The biggest things you go by when it comes to that is the whole big rock, small rock, sand approach that we've probably all seen the video of. Like, if you put the sand in first, which is all the junk and the tasks, then we don't get the big rocks done. So I make sure I get my big rocks done. When I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is we work on, it's not just finances, guys, right? That's one of the things we want to get across to you. It's family, faith, fitness, fun, and finances. I work on family first thing in the morning. When I wake up, I didn't used to do this. I used to wake up, shower, get the hell out the door, right? Got to get to work and make the money. But I spend an hour to an hour and a half, well, probably an hour and a half with cooking. I cook breakfast with my wife, and we sit down and watch a little bit of TV, talk, and eat breakfast. That's what we do in the morning, and that fulfills me. After that, I come downstairs, I do my workout, and I meditate for 15 minutes. So that makes it, I feel better as a person, more invigorated when I work out, more confident too. It's only a 9-minute workout. That's all I do. I do go to Krav Maga 2 to 3 times a week, which is an hour. But every day I try to get that 9-minute workout in and then meditate for 15 minutes. Now I'll tell you, I've told any of you I've talked to in person, you talked to me last year. It's like, Jason, you should meditate. I'm like, yeah, crap. I don't have time for that. I could get 15 minutes more work done than meditate. But I find it very enlightening as to making me a calmer person, for one thing, instead of just jumping at everything I can see, putting out every fire, and 2, kind of envisioning what my life should look like, what my day should look like. You can meditate about certain things. Typically, I just let my mind go. Well, not my mind, more like my body, my heart, go to where it should be. So it's not thinking, it's shutting everything down up here, which is really hard for me. I realized I just did the John Cena thing on accident. That was not on purpose. And just letting the pictures come to your mind. And those are the 3 big things. And then I sit down after that and I come up with my daily to-dos. My 4 must-be-dones today. Those are your biggest things. If you get those 4 done, you win the day. And the rest of my to-dos go on there. And then I tackle the biggest things first, because you have to get those big rocks done, Because if you go in your email, start tackling every little thing that's in your email, the day's over. And this next thing happens the next day. Your business, your life does not move forward. So one of the big things to think about, I guess, is why I talk about now that I think about what I'm saying is I get family, faith, and fitness before I even touch finance in the morning. I don't go straight to work anymore. And that's a big, big change for me, which started at last year's event, Nick.
It's a beautiful thing, right? I appreciate that. I'm going to try to share my screen here. Lord knows if this is going to work.
This isn't
Jason,
600 PowerPoints, is it?
It's 6 PowerPoints. It's 6
Okay.
PowerPoints.
All right.
Share screen
We only
plus.
have 25 more minutes, Nick.
No, you only have 25 more minutes. I'm on until 3:30.
Yeah, next time I'll make sure I'm here till 3:30.
All right, got it. I'm going to try to do this. All right, so that's not working. I'm going to do this instead. Tell me if you guys can see this. Screen sharing with 2 monitors. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Can you all see my screen?
No. You're welcome, Jags.
Oh,
We
here
still
we
need
go.
to sit down and have a lunch, Jags, at some point, by the way.
How about now?
Yes.
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 All right, cool. Let me see what this looks like. Nope, I'm not going to do that. Okay. So I just want to bring you guys through the habits. Jason mentioned. What is it?
I got some no's in Facebook. Oh, Kyle says yes now. We're good.
It's a lag. Let's go. I want to go into exactly what you talked about, Jason. So here, I mean, this is everything, right? Like, what if people won't even believe me on this station? And Jason, I don't think you believed me last year.
I didn't.
What if I told
like,
you?
hey, it's bullshit.
What if we told you that what you do in the mornings that have nothing to do with finance prepares you to make way more money than you've ever anticipated possible? And when I say that, right, this is why we've embraced this 5F frameworks, right? So it is about faith, not faith in God or the universe. You can have religion, right? That's beautiful. This is faith in yourself and faith in a higher power than you, like the universe, right? Call it God, call it whatever you want to call it. But we have to take time for ourselves every single morning. And then we have our family or our friends, right? So relationships have to be taken care of. We have our bodies and our fitness every single day. We have our finances. We have to continuously grow and expand who we are in our finances. And what's the point of finances if you can't have fun, right? So here's a couple things just to share with you, Jag, specifically, right? I don't even know if we're going to get to this. Our goal is to get to this in our reboot, but meditate or connect once a day, like Jason mentioned. We also have to journal once a day. If you don't know how to journal, there's a fantastic app out there called the 5-Minute Journal. It's literally 3 things you're grateful for, your 3 big priorities for the day, and 1 affirmation. That's all you have to do, right?
For journaling too, you don't have to just write it down. Like I just started journaling after my meditation. It's a new thing in my morning. I go into YouTube and I go private and I just talk to YouTube. And so I have a private journal within YouTube because my handwriting is atrocious. I won't be able to read it next year. So I just talk.
I love that. I love that, man. That's good. We'll just, this one too. Hey, I don't care if you guys are walking a mile, 10 miles, 15 miles. I don't care. You have to sweat. When your body sweats, it releases toxins and it releases all the appropriate hormones for you to make sure that you're being well balanced. So that for some people, that could be 3 or 4 minutes doing heavy exercise or light exercise. For some people, it'd be 20, 25 minutes. Whatever that is, sweating is the goal. And then the second thing with fitness is supplements. Some people are like, I don't take any supplements. They're bullshit. I'll say maybe they are, but have you even checked? When's the last time you checked your blood work with your doctor? A lot of doctors don't even do full blood work with hormones and all your cortisol levels and your cholesterols and all that sort of thing. What supplements could you use? So I'm going to move forward. This is not, you're right, we don't have 6 hours today, so I'll go really quick. Family and friends. Send 1 loving message a day to a partner or a friend or a team member. But here's the kicker on this. Jags, you're going to send this out with 0 anticipation of receiving anything back. So what I used to do is I would put Post-its on the bathroom mirror for my kids when they'd wake up, when I have my kids, right? And I'd also send out like a message to Meg, or I could send one out to even my mom, who's, God bless this life, she's still around, right? I could send one out to one of my team members, right? But 1 loving message a day to your partner, And then one loving message a day to kids or a friend or a team member, that sort of thing. And then finances, study and share. What's something new you can do, but I don't like to say that because that defocuses people, right? The bright shining object syndrome is real. So what about what's the one? It's supposed to be 4 things a week, but what's the one thing today that you can do to move your needle forward? And this is going to be, we talk about a lot of this on the reboot weekend, but really, like, what's that one thing that you are procrastinating doing, right? And also share. Deb overcame her challenges and her fears today, came out here, and is going to have 1 million people watching her talk about her passion for tiny home communities. And who knows, maybe she'll get a JV partner. Maybe she'll get someone who really resonated with her story, right? About almost being evicted. And she knows she's not that person, right? And whatever the circumstances are with what she's going through, that's not who she is. And that's not how she defines herself. She is the tiny home community, the affordable home community, champion of that cause. So that's another thing we talk about too, is labels, right? And then fun. What did you plan for yourself this week? And what did you plan for the future? So I'm going to do, I think that was good for now. I mean, we can get into that for hours and hours and hours. In fact, we can set a whole weekend around it, but we won't do that. Jags, I hope that.
John, you asked about books. Shoot me a Facebook message, and we'll talk. I'll let you know which books will fit for you based on what your needs are, because I've been through a lot of books. We talked about leadership.
That's awesome. I just posted the link too for those of you who've seen it. I don't know if it's actually going on YouTube. It looks like it might be going on YouTube, but like there's a link to register for this event. And when you register, you get the link to the StreamYard. And we get the link to the StreamYard. Click on that link. You get to come in with us, like these, like Fred and Deb and do we have more people that I just can't see?
There's a Karen. Karen, Deb, Fred, Seth is in here. Oh, I'd love to hear from my buddy Seth.
Seth and Krista. Krista's got her camera on. Krista, you around?
How do you see who's got the camera on? Man, I got to learn this thing. I also may or may not be streaming to my YouTube. I don't know.
This is this will be fun. All right. So Seth going once, going twice. It's okay if you're there. We can.
He might still. I think Seth's still W2. So.
Got it. Krista, man, are you around?
Is this the Krista that makes fun of me a lot when I talk?
I don't know who this is. Krista Manna KR? Is she from Arkansas? I don't know who this is. We're going national. I like it. How about Karen Orlando? I think I know her. Karen Orlando Place. Are you around? I think you were here earlier. Oh,
if you don't have access to a camera or something, put something in the chat, or if you're on Facebook or something, put it in the comments, and we'll talk about it like we did with Jags.
Yeah. So John said the book, and Scott, awesome dude. Love to reach out to one person each day. Yes. It's so incredibly important. Reach out with zero expectation of receiving. We have a powerful community member who I'm not going to say his name right now, but he did something beautiful. He has a son that he hasn't spoken to in a very long time. It has nothing to do with him. His son just, whatever happened, right? Stopped talking to him. And he just started a practice of reaching. He was scared up until like recently. He just started a practice of every single week reaching out little by little. I'm here. I love you. Right? Like not pushing anything. And just that one act alone, right? It's not even for his son. It's for himself. It's for him to make sure he's doing what he can do, but also like, hey, this is how I'm feeling right now. Would love to chat, but no pressure either way. It's beautiful. Catherine McDonald, is she on?
Krista has a camera. She's in LinkedIn. I don't know if she's in the stream thing because I can't see.
There she is, Krista. So she's here. I'm gonna pop you on here, Krista. Let's see if we can see you.
Krista. And Jags, you're welcome, man. Always here to help you.
Ooh, are we in the shower? Uh-oh.
This is a PG show. You guys know that, right?
Krista, you are on live with the millions and millions of people. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, but it's going to the wrong camera. I'm not sure why. there we go. There we go.
All right. Tell everybody who you are and what you're up to, Krista, and then what are you looking for?
So I'm an architect, but I also do real estate investing on the side. I am at the moment looking for partners / other investors to partner with on potential deals. Of course, as is most people. But yeah, I've got 2 family in Bridgewater. I've got a 3 family in Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm a trustee on a couple of other properties. So yeah, it's super fun, but I also do a lot of design work for other investors as well.
Awesome.
And a lot of my commercial clients appreciate the fact that because I have the investor mindset when I'm looking at their projects, I don't necessarily take the usual architect's perspective on certain things.
We appreciate that. Yes.
Yes, we do.
I'll just charge 10% of project cost and bump the project cost to $3 million. Nice. No, just kidding. Thank you.
Yeah, no.
We need a new boat, all right? I'll figure it out.
Krista, I'm very interested.
I don't need a boat.
I'm interested to hear your experience out of state with Cleveland. Tell us your experience out of state.
That's an interesting story.
I can't wait to hear it. I had a Cleveland property too.
I also had a Cleveland
property. That one on a day-to-day basis depends on whether I like it or not.
Mm-hmm. Tell us how you got into that to begin with.
So my real estate agent, whom I'm actually good friends with, had purchased a property out there previously. And so she wanted to see whether I would partner with her on another property. And so we went in, found a property, great price, bought it, hired somebody to rehab it, was going great. Then we used the same property manager that she was using on her other property. They got tenants in there. And then 3 months after we had tenants in there, the property manager disappeared off the face of the planet.
Mm.
That was super fun.
Yep.
Not so much. Luckily, I mean, Cleveland's is pretty landlord friendly. And so we found a new property manager, got the tenants, 2 of the tenants left on their own after the new property manager came on board. And then one of them, we started the eviction process, but then once they got a summons to go to court, they decided it was time to leave. So we didn't actually end up going to court, thankfully. But got it refilled. We were making money the last couple of months. And then all of a sudden this week, it's been this suddenly needs to be fixed. And this suddenly needs to be fixed. And I'm like, it just went through a brand new renovation. Why are we suddenly yeah. So like I said, it's been an up and down on that one.
Yep. Out of state. And you went out of state for what reason? I forget. Sorry.
Oh, well, I know you guys know. I mean, basically it's cheaper. We were able to buy a cheaper property with more doors on it than we could here.
The allure of the cheaper properties. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So just don't play about the other side of the cheaper properties, like Chris is finding out.
Oh yeah. Like having a property manager walk away.
I went through 3 property managers, I think, in Cleveland, and that's the ultimate reason I sold.
Yeah, that's such a key person on your team. A property manager is so incredibly key, and you guys know too. Like I went through it with my SEC nightmares. We won't go through that reset button today. That's up for another day, but. Because of my control issues with our multifamily assets, the only solution for me was to form my own property management company. right? Like I just couldn't trust anybody else to run it the way we would trust it. The I'm a gonna do it disease. I'm a disease, Jason. And so we put the checklist, procedures, and all that stuff together, right? And we ran our property management. Western Pennsylvania was our market, right? So we started out there first. And $15,000 homes, you can put $15,000 into it, rent it for $600 a month. Sounds great until like one roof blows and you lose all your cash flow for 2.5 years. And by the way, I bought all those in 2009, and they're worth I just joked with RJ Bates this morning on Titanium. They're worth exactly the same now as they were in 2009, right?
Yep.
Appreciation.
Whereas like my property in Bridgewater that I bought in 2019 is now worth double what I bought it for. So, yeah.
Awesome. Absolutely. I love it, Krista. Thanks for joining us today. Anything special going on that you need help with or looking for?
Just if anybody wants to partner on some deals, let me know. Reach out to me.
There it is. Krista Manna, investor friendly architect and interiors. And that's awesome, Krista. We appreciate you. Are you in the run? Or do you want to be in the running for November 3rd, 4th, and 5th?
Sure.
Okay. So you are available those dates and you're looking for that.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Just make sure you share this with some people on the socials. You might have already done that. And then the team will tag your name. We'll put you in the drawing for it. That'll be perfect. All right. I saw Alex jump in here earlier. We saw her the other night. Alex, are you around?
No.
I just saw her there. Oh, I see her. I see. She's in a little. So, Jason, wait. Just to be sure, you don't see the little shadows underneath the screen?
No, that'd be cool.
Oh, see, you're missing out. I'm seeing shadows. So, okay, I got a shadow here. Hold on, I'm going to put her up.
I want to see shadows.
Alex!
Oh, it's this girl. Okay.
Yeah.
This girl.
Hi, Alex. You know I like you.
Hi, Jason. Sometimes
Alex.
Sometimes you're like, ouch. Ow.
Alex is one of the sharpest tongues in the West. I like it. I met her for the first time. Everyone already knew this lady. I met her for the very first time on Tuesday night. And then we connected. And of course, I had to stalk her. And so I'm like looking down and like, your wedding was beautiful, Alex. Oh my God. And that was recent, right?
Yeah, exactly like 31 days ago. 32 days ago.
Wow.
Happy month anniversary.
I know.
Yeah. And we were your honeymoon? Like you came to the Reboot Burger Bar. Sweet.
Yeah, and I brought the kids too.
Oh yeah. I made great friends with one of your kids.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
The oldest.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, you got quite a story for people. What are you willing to share with people versus, not today? What can you share today for people on your story?
Just kind of work hard, keep moving forward, whether you have to crawl. There's a quote. It's a Martin Luther King Jr. quote. It's one of my most favorite quotes. Doesn't matter, if you can't walk there, crawl. If you can't run, walk. If you can't climb, pull yourself over, something like that. Actually, let me look it up because it literally is my favorite. And it's kind of how I live my life. If you can't walk, crawl.
This lady is quite powerful.
Yeah. I mean, all of that's a big, reframes of shut up and do it. But yes, I'm in. I came up with that one though.
You said it before him, didn't you?
Yeah, so it's if you can't fly, then run. If you can run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward.
Yeah. Love that. I love that.
Can you guys comment anyone if that resonates with you? Because it resonates with me.
So Alex, tell people about just give them, if you don't want to share stories, share just like where you started and where you are now, if you don't mind. That'd be cool.
Yeah, so I started with real estate in 2017. I was on the verge of a very awful breakup, kind of left me with nothing. So I bought a multifamily in Worcester off of Shrewsbury Street. I kind of house hacked there with Dominic, who you guys met. I think he was like 3 or 4 at the time, maybe less. And I fixed up the unit while I was there. I learned a lot. I also learned that, just because someone tells you the roof might be 5 years doesn't mean it's not going to collapse on you 3 months into owning it. It also doesn't mean you don't have to sell your antique Harley to replace the roof because you're like 20-something years old, a single mom, and have no money. But the good news is that after that, learning curve, a few years later, I got into real estate. I used to be a BDC manager. So my job was a business development manager for a couple dealerships. So my job was to retain and grow business. So I kind of moved that entire skill set into real estate. And then I was a solo agent for a while, started a team. And then the property in Worcester didn't serve a purpose for me anymore. Sold it, and I started a whole flipping company. And I've been flipping with my own cash ever since.
Alex, how many businesses do you have now?
Only 1 or 2 I'm willing to share. Like 4, 5, something like that. And I dragged my whole family into it. My husband became a loan officer. And then my kids can walk any property with you and tell you whether it's something that mommy will buy or mommy will sell to somebody, or whether or not you might want to contact a structural engineer.
Oh God, that's awesome. I'm so thankful to have met you the other night, and what she's not sharing, which is a lot, right? And this is going to be resonating for anybody who watches this. Like, where you start has absolutely no bearing on where you actually end up going. It's really about where you point to and what you're committed to doing.
Correct.
Right? Like, and
even if you could crawl your way there, like you'll fail, you'll get hurt, you'll lose some money, but along the way, you'll kind of figure it out and meet some interesting people.
That's it. Absolutely. What's been 1 or 2 big learning lessons that you've had?
I used to second guess myself a lot. I wasn't as extrovert as I am now. Don't do that. Follow your gut. Once I started doing that, it just kind of didn't lead me wrong. I can tell when I meet someone that asks to partner up in something within 10 seconds, if it's something that I have even the slightest interest in it and whether it's going to be successful. I followed that for a little while, and I've had nothing but success with every single one of my flips. And then the second is family. When I first started real estate, it was a struggle. It was a really bad balance in regards to work and my family. Work came first all the time. Then I started crying in the shower, and I said, this isn't for me. So I kind of have worked to pivot some of those behaviors where, like, now I really won't answer a call before 9 a.m. I'm putting my kids on the bus. I'm feeding them breakfast, getting them dressed, chasing someone around. Maybe someone forgot something. And kind of talk to my husband for a little while and work out if I can, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah. And the kids, what about for the moms here? What's the one biggest tip for moms that are entrepreneur moms?
It's a before or after they have, because my advice will vary. Before, if you're thinking of doing it, take a little bit longer. Kids will be there in a couple of years. If you have them now, like I said, just a balance, or try to find a balance. It's not easy. I often feel like I'm failing as a parent if I'm succeeding at something else. Am I doing enough? Am I not doing enough? I surround myself with people who have similar mindsets and will straight up get in my face and be like, no, like, the fuck, you're an awesome mom. There's no reason to feel like you're failing. Like, it's all good. Your kids are healthy. They're happy, well-spoken. I mean, some of you have met my kids. They are well-behaved, well-spoken. They can speak finance. They can speak real estate. Teach them everything you know, because no one else is going to. School isn't certainly going to teach you anything.
No. Brilliant. Oh my gosh. Cool. All right. Well, we got the mom, we got the entrepreneurship. We've got there's going to be a day where if you're not already on stages sharing your story, you will be, right? Like, are you going to come speak in one of our events?
I'll consider any requests.
Have your people talk to our people.
Yes, I'll have my people talk to your people. I'm my people, so.
I know enough people that are good friends with her that I'll just have all of them bombard her with requests to talk in Leominster until she just yes, fine, leave me alone.
Sort of, but that goes back to number 1. Follow what you want to do. So if it's not something I want to do, you can send 1,000 people my way. It's not going to divert my forward path. So
I love that you said that. That was a big
That's it.
learning
That's
for
the
me.
takeaway, though.
Yeah.
That's a takeaway for all of this today. Right? Where is your path? Ultimate clarity. Ultimate path forward. That's
it's either
awesome.
an F yes or an F no.
That's right. It's
I
a hell
guess
yes
it's
or a
black
no.
and white.
That's it. Oh, Alex, I really, really, really appreciate you. You're here just to support, or are you here also looking for the 3rd through 4th and 5th, or just to know, are you in or out of that drawing? What do you like to do?
I assumed that was already in because I followed all the instructions, but I guess
Okay, you did. I will make sure our team is making sure you'll get on that list then. We appreciate you very, very much, Alex. Thank you for jumping in and supporting today. That's huge.
Always good to talk to you, Alex. When you're being nice to me.
She's
I had to say it after she left, so she won't say anything mean.
No, she's a character. So she was at our REI Unleashed event, right? I know we're approaching Jason's end time here, but REI Unleashed free events for those of you guys. So we obviously have that reboot experience, which you keep hearing about. If you haven't already heard about it, I'm also going to probably post in the link to get there. And while we'll have one free giveaway, I don't know if it's going to be at the end of this live or if we're going to be doing a separate live later today after we end this, go to the drawing, get it done, then we come back. We don't know that yet. We're going to find that out from the team. But we have this event, REI Reboot Experience. But we also have our free events, right, Jason? So REI Unleashed on the Facebook group. It's been scrolling this whole time. Feel free to jump in there. Answer the questions.
Scrolling thing too. You have all kinds of gadgets and fun that I can't see and do.
Isn't this unbelievable?
I feel handcuffed over here. I can't do any fun stuff.
We have to figure out how to get you to be co-host or something next time. I don't know how to do that.
I'll have things scrolling everywhere. It'll be great.
Oh, that's awesome. I do. If you have to go right at 3, but Seth, we're going to do the last call for Seth with Jason. Seth.
Yeah, I'm staying if Seth's coming on.
Is he around?
I don't know if he's got camera. I think he said someone not having a camera.
Doesn't have a camera. Who doesn't have a camera these days? Shut up and do it, Seth. It's on your phone. I'm just kidding. Seth and I had a good conversation a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he's got no camera.
This gentleman's already coming. He as a community member, he's coming to the reboot event. He got the all the incentives by being a new community member. I don't want to have him stage unless you can give me a wave, Seth. Do something. Oh man. All right, we're gonna keep moving on from Seth then, if that didn't work out. And Jason, if you do have any parting words from you before I just go solo on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually just black myself out, so in case I'm done the other thing, I can come right back because I'm having a lot of fun doing this. But I guess my final words with whichever path you choose and whatever you want to do, be yourself while doing it.
Be yourself while doing it.
Yeah, like me, dorky, weird, like his acapella, did the John Cena thing. You know, who the hell would do that if they weren't like themselves?
Well, we have that in common for the record, and I don't give a shit anymore. So people like, guys, this might blow some people's mind. You're good. Sorry, Jason, I'm just going to keep talking. So you're good to go whenever you want. But
I'll see if I'll see if my Zoom has started.
Got it. Yeah. Some of you guys don't know, in a past life, a very long time ago, I was an actor for like a year. And I was not an actor before that. I got launched into it from my high school, like music teacher, like chorus teacher. He like had a friend that was doing productions and he got me involved, and it was like super cool for like a year, 2. Well, I was in it for like 6 years, but like 1 year, like professionally. And like if I'm not a nerd, no one's a nerd. I love acting. Acapella is like my favorite thing in the world. If anyone's here in the millions watching on the replay want to do an adult acapella version, I just can't get people to commit anymore. It's tough.
We can't live up to Pitch Perfect.
And
Like, how you gonna live up to those girls and guys?
We almost started one about 9 years ago as an adult called No Strings Attached.
That's a good name. That is really a good name.
I believe we still have the domain name for it, but we told people this wouldn't just be real estate talk. We're talking about everything today. So
But that's about something you loved.
It was definitely something I loved. I love singing. I loved, what other nerdy things that you and I both did? I played Dungeons and Dragons for a while. I know you've done that in the past.
Yep. I played as a kid. My friends still play.
Yeah.
Played Dungeons and Dragons, Warhammer, all the stuff as a kiddo. Magic.
Yeah. The game of Risk is how we got into real estate. You heard that earlier.
I do love Risk. I like Stratego better though for board games. I don't know why that one and the Game of Life. Those are the two that got me.
Totally. Game
Yeah.
of Life, I think, now has been banned
What?
by. Isn't it? I heard this the other day. I think it's true, right? Someone look that up. Is it Game of Life banned now because of the, husband wife
And
boy thing? I don't know.
Because to win, you have to have 12 cards full of kids.
Yeah.
I think it was.
No, that's
it's been so long since I played Life.
No. If you get kids, you actually have to pay more money, but it's supposed to be really deep. But it doesn't talk to you about like the deep impact that you're providing the world. It just says another kid. Jesus, that's how Game of Life goes, if I remember correctly.
What about Chutes and Ladders?
Oh, all the time.
The Mousetrap game where you never actually played it. You just set up the whole thing and set it off and never played the game.
I couldn't set the damn thing up. Look at my brain, Jason. I'm not you. I would lost patience by the stupid little yellow thing at the top. I couldn't get it to shake and I couldn't get it to come down. If you guys are listening to this, type in your favorite board game in the chat. I just wanted to see what other people's favorite board games are.
And what's funny, I just triggered Nick with a board game from his childhood.
Mousetrap. It was just 2 weeks ago. My kids saw that we were at an Airbnb and the kids saw it. They're like, "Oh, this is great!" And I had such flashbacks. It was awful.
Yeah, Kyle. Monopoly. Kyle, that's a cop-out question for a real estate investor. Like, come on, man. Don't say what you're supposed to say. Say what you really want. Monopoly is a 4-hour-long game. No kid had enough patience for that.
Chris Halpin is live on Facebook, but you've been inactive. Chris, get on the StreamYard with us so we can bring you on. I put the link to register, and if you register, you get the StreamYard link. I think that's how we did it. I don't really know.
No idea. I just showed up. I'm just here to talk and make fun of people and myself. That's it. If I do that, I'm good. I've done my job.
He said he's sick. Oh, all right. Connect 4, Kyle, Clue, Sonia.
Oh, we got some good things with board games. Hungry Hippos. I forgot about that. Did you know in Dave and Buster's there's a one that you sit on and you have huge hippos? It doesn't work well at all.
No, that's crazy.
But it was cool to see. And Connect 4 was another one for Alex. Yeah, Alex, it's the one in Natick. It's just tipped one way, so make sure you pick the right hippo.
We have Dickens with cash flow. All right, I guess that had to be said. Someone's got to.
That's another one with Monopoly. Like, come on, man.
Wait, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't know if I should do this yet, Kyle Curtin, are you and Dan advertising to have people come to join your cash flow circle? Maybe I just did that publicly for the millions of people when I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, no one told me about this. Kyle, I'm mad at you now. Just a heads up.
No, it's all good. So I don't know, but they might already have a private group, but I believe what's happening is some of our community members of REI Accelerated Ignition are setting up maybe a cash flow circle to be done some nights at the Tewksbury office, which is, for those of you not in New England, it's about 30 minutes north of Boston. But and he'll make a post about that, he says. All right, there it is. So but you're interested in joining that?
We're still fighting, Kyle. No Jason juice for you. Inside joke.
All right. I think we got everyone. Okay, we're back to the chat then. Post in the chat what things you're needing, looking for, something holding you back, or just something you really randomly want to chat about.
Yeah. While we're waiting for that, what is the game Payday? I don't know that game. Who mentioned it? Krista mentioned it.
I don't know Payday.
I mean, I played that as a teenager where I got a paycheck and went to the bank and put it in the bank. And
then you took it out with the ice cream store later. At least that was me.
Yeah. I don't know if it's ice cream. It's always something though. Video games. I was a kiddo. Video games. Always video games.
Oh, video games.
Got to play some Resident Evil and all the other stuff.
Oh, here's
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay, so this is a good question that I want everyone in the chat or live to talk about. And what is your go-to procrastination tool? Like social media, sure. Yes, we all know it's social media. But is there something else? I could be doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or I'm doing this, and so I'm going to just do this. Everyone's got one. There's no judgment. We just want to know what that could be. We'd love it. Post it up in the chat, or if you're live with us, just put up your Put up your hand and we'll grab you in there. Brian says PlayStation.
Oh God, Alex said serial killer shows.
Serial killer show. Oh my God.
Yeah,
It's just interesting to see how they think, isn't it?
it's
No?
funny though. I'm
Just
not
me and him?
surprised Alex said that. Not that she's a serial killer, but it's like she likes digging into things, and that seems to be the way they do that. I've watched a few documentaries I like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Social media. Reading emails and Netflix shows. Emails is a procrastination? I guess it is, yeah, because it gets you away from doing the thing you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
I would, because one thing procrastination, I think fun, I guess. And what my emails aren't fun.
Procrastination, if you think about it, so this is a bigger topic where we get more intense, right? But there's a reason we're procrastinating on the things that are important to us. And a lot of that stems from our childhood and doing things the way we do them because we sought approval from parents, from church leaders, from friends and family, like whatever that could be. But the procrastination that people are feeling, I guess I just want to put this tip out. When you are procrastinating, I can do the whole thing and say it's not your fault because it's not. It's a story from your childhood, which is the reason why you're not doing what it is you're supposed to be doing. But then again, like, how do you resolve it? And sure, you can force your way through it. You can mindset and discipline and watch another YouTube motivational video. But what if I told you willpower was finite? It's effort and energy. So the question becomes, why do I procrastinate doing the things that I know are required? And a lot of times, and a lot of people, right? I mean, directly points to the fact of, I'm not even sure where I'm going, right, Jason? Like we talked about this in the last event. Like, where am I actually headed in business and life? What's the definition of success? Do we just turn to go more serious? I just did a turn, huh?
Do you want me to bring the comedy back? I'm the guy.
We'll see where the people take it. We'll see where the people take it.
And you're talking about which way to go and stuff like that in the past, and that changes a lot based on where you are in life. I've changed my direction a lot of times, and I'm in the middle of another pivot right now.
Yes. The ability to see clearly and also be able to take inspired actions quickly are two of the most intense skills that one can learn. And the only way to get those skills is what Jason chatted about earlier, which is that time with yourself, right? That faith, that meditation, like listening to you. If you go to YouTube University, you're going to get 100 different voices telling you 100 different new methods, new strategies, new tools, new this and that. But the tool that you have is the one inside you already. All we have to do is unblock the bullshit that you picked up along the way from childhood until now to get you to see again, oh, this was what fun was. This is what success is to me. Right? I guarantee you guys, if you're in this to try to make $5 million or to become another millionaire, when I became the millionaire, guess what actually changed in my mindset? Nothing. It was the most anticlimactic thing. And it was because I had to put together a personal financial statement for a bank for another loan. Right? And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then because my identity had not pushed towards, I was not a millionaire in my own brain, right? My identity was set lower than that. So what ultimately happened? I self-sabotaged myself. I was so focused on business, for one, that I wasn't paying any attention to my home life. And that resulted in my second divorce, which you all heard that story earlier, right? That can bring you back to square one. Or you're so obsessed with one goal over here that you fail to pay attention to your kids, or you fail to pay attention to your body, and you end up in an ambulance having a heart attack on your way to Lawrence General. Like, there's so much here, but it all starts with finding that quiet place with you, your own intuition. Where do you want to go? And what does that vision look like for you of your life? And so this is the moment I'm going to show the tattoo. I don't know if you can see that. Nope, you can't see it. Oh, I'm going to flex a little bit. Oh,
he's been going to the gym lately, guys, and he just wants you guys to acknowledge it. So can you do that for me?
No, actually, this is me not going to the gym. I haven't gone in 3 days, Jason. Oh, it's just normal.
Let me just. Jeez.
But what you couldn't see, because I can't really show it here, it's an hourglass with with fingers grabbing a grain of sand from the top. I choose to live my life with this piece of sand. I choose to live an abundant lifestyle with taking 2-month vacations every single year. I choose to bring my kids to this trip this year and to be able to have the money to do it. I choose to become someone who lives in flow, who lives in alignment, where I can wake up and say, what do I want to do today? And who do I want to show up for? Is there always going to be a little bit of a grind otherwise? Well, maybe. But what if that grind becomes fun and effortless? There's all these what ifs because we can choose to be who we are every single moment. Got me on a tangent.
There was a good tangent, though. Something that I found, kind of an offshoot tangent, is as your wealth grows, as your cash flow grows, as your business grows, the problems here don't go away, and the problems here don't go away. So the problems you had at $0 in your head, if it's still, you haven't done anything to fix it, when you're $1 million net worth, these things are still here, and these things are still here. So none of that is fixed by money. And that's something that a journey I've been on to realize that, because I've been on the hedonic treadmill and I've been crushing forward to get to that financial freedom number, right? But I've burnt out a bunch of times. I've had a breakdown at Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. I've gained a bunch of weight. Like all those things were things that happened to me that I'm now fixing because I went to an event and I went to a few other things this year that showed me, dude, why the hell are you working so hard and trying to get all this money when you're not happy? Right? Like Nick said, he ended up in an ambulance. What happens if I bust my ass for 10 years financially free, but I die in 8? Well, that sucks, right? I didn't enjoy my life. I wasn't spending time with my family like I was supposed to. I wasn't having fun. I wasn't growing myself. So there's my little rant.
It's a good
I
rant.
don't know why I move close to the mic sometimes. I don't know. It just happens.
It's like a very dramatic. I like the drama.
I kind of like, I want a handheld mic, so like old school, like the big long one, like Bob Barker used to have.
I love Bob Barker. You want drama, you got to come to this weekend event. Let me tell you guys, we've got like an unbelievable 3 days packed for you with like guest speakers and stuff. We'll talk about that in a minute. I see Chris Halpin. He has come into the shadow world. Chris Halpin, are you ready? I don't care if you're sick, dude. Look, listen, hear me out. I've got like a sore throat and shit, but I'm still here. No excuses. Here he is. Bloop.
Here he is. Here he is. There's Chris. Oh man,
Chris!
he's so disgustingly sick. Why do we have him up here? Hey, how are you? Wait, we need the whole family. Where's the third one?
He's on it. I think they still make him go to school once in a while. He's at school.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, I know. He'd be much more valuable at home.
Yeah, make him go mow some lawns. On this live stream, do not condone child labor. Just a heads up. Okay.
Yeah.
PSA announcement.
So tell us what's up with you, Chris.
We are on a different path and a different journey currently. We're actually in the works of buying a cabin rental business, and it's a roller coaster ride because every day or 3 days it seems to go one way or the other. It's still under a verbal agreement. Yesterday was about to fall apart. We're at the point of writing a purchase and sale and getting lawyers involved. One of the things, or a few of the things that we're tackling currently, is trying to get up the down payment. And we were originally going to sell our primary home and tap into the equity of rental property. And now we're thinking the opposite, that we're going to try and keep our primary, rent out the primary, and and sell the rental. So our current dilemma is, do we try and sell the rental with the tenant in, or do we try and get her out and then sell it then? There's a few things that we have to tackle to figure out the best scenario in a timely manner.
Wow. So I want you guys to hear that level of commitment. We're just going to sell our primary home and just become cabin park owners, cabin rental owners. I love that.
Running into the unknown.
I love that, man. What caused this whole shift for you?
It's something that we've been talking about for years. We've kind of never felt like we were in a position to do anything about it. In fact, when we first started going to REI meetups, we had told people about this, and they all pretty much said we were crazy. And they're like, if you want to buy a multifamily, come back and talk to me. I don't know anything about a cabin rental business or a campground. We were after small campgrounds and all sorts of things. Yeah, it's a little bit of a different direction than this group typically focuses on. I still wish to be a part of wholesaling and other aspects of realty, and I hope that there is time in between the craziness to be able to still work with people in this group and move forward.
That's interesting you say that, Chris. I don't understand how all of us buying a boutique hotel is any different from me buying a cabin thing or me buying RV parks or us partnering together on that stuff.
We just did that too, so.
Yeah. Bro, so let's be very, very clear. Ignition and Accelerated is a community of like-minded individuals all on their path to financial freedom, 5 years or less. What's going on?
Nothing much.
Woo! It's good to see you, Nick.
Our youngest investor in our community.
Did you hear that? What? Their youngest investor.
That's awesome. But no, just to pivot a little bit, Chris, right? So we're everything, but we're a community of people because when you start to have problems like the problem you're having right now, typically, and just tell me if I'm right? Because I was this person, we would sort of pull back a little bit. Oh, well, no one really knows what I'm going through right now, right?
Yeah.
Like this problem is very unique. I'm going to figure this out in my cave, right? Especially as a man too. Let's go there. Let's isolate.
Oh no.
Let's go right back into our cave. Just be like, no, I'll figure this out. I got this. Don't bother me. I got it. Right?
Yeah.
And if that's the big difference, because this is the psychology shit that I've been learning for 10 years, right? If this is the difference between doing what is required or not doing it, or if this is the difference between you making the right choices and the right decisions now, so that there's no more learning lessons that even you need to lean into, you trying to raise a down payment, right? Like, have you leveraged the group at all?
Only for bits and pieces of advice. No.
Yeah, you've been chatting about it.
Not to its full potential.
But not even just our group, right? So REI Unleashed National Networking, the free group down there. But like, this is the whole point of a community. So it's good that you're here. I wanted you to really lean back in here, right? Like, we can easily help you. You know that we also had another cabin park under agreement just 6 months ago. We know due diligence. We know all that stuff. We know the financing people. We've got everybody for you. Like, we're here to help you, bro.
That's great. Yeah, I do need to lean into the group a little bit more on this. I think it's just the fact that it's like every other day, it's like it's happening, it's not happening. It's like I don't want to bug everybody too much about every little detail. And now that it's actually heading in that direction, it's time to probably figure out some of the more pieces of the puzzle.
Or you lean in and say, oh, I'm so frustrated. This is happening. It's not happening. Why is this happening now and not happening this time? Like, what the hell's going on? And I'm feeling frustrated and angry and upset and regretful that this is even happening to me. And then we can all lean in and give you some love, right? Or share our experiences or share what we've been through, right?
Yeah.
And I gotta let you know, like the will they, won't they in a commercial day like this is real. We had it up until like the last day.
Oh God!
Right, we're not even under contract yet, so that's going to be very interesting. In fact, we talked to the seller this morning.
You have us to lean on that just went through it.
True. We talked to the seller this morning, and he's like, "Great, now it's going to go to the lawyers, and they've got to go back and forth." And like, well, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and remember, like anything else, if it doesn't happen, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, we're firm believers.
We will find the perfect one for you.
Yeah, we agree.
Pemmy Cabins. I don't know if Jeannie is watching.
Oh God!
What's that?
We had the Pemmy Cabins under agreement for a little bit, verbal in agreement, right, or something. Oh. Was it written?
We were written. I think we were going to PNS or something.
Yeah.
No, it was verbal.
Wow.
We had a verbal. We were like spent 4 months trying to get a contract. We had a verbal with the owners, and then they brought in a third party to talk to them about it, and the price went up a ton.
Yep.
And like we've told you, Chris, a bunch of times, we had to do the same thing. The numbers don't work. We loved it, but the numbers didn't work, so we had to walk. Because our emotions, when we're investing, emotions are wonderful to listen to, but not when you're looking at a deal numbers-wise. Your emotions will hurt you.
Yeah.
I can manipulate the spreadsheet. Let me just change this right here. Let me change this right here. Oh, look, the deal looks good.
It's pretty easy to do that, isn't it?
It is, but then talk to the people that have done that and see what their finances look like. And the stress. I've talked to a bunch of people lately that's done that with short-term rentals, and they're losing tens of $1,000s a year.
Yeah, I did this amazing projection sheet for the bank where I was like, "Oh, look, it can float like 400,000 more than they're asking, so it's got to be, it's got to work." And they're like, "Well, you got to switch this and do that, and they're actually overpriced, and it's like, oh, okay.
Now we want a
Spreadsheets are amazing.
worst case scenario spreadsheet
Right.
instead.
We had to go to the worst case scenario.
Yep. That's what
And that taught you a good lesson to always go worst case scenario spreadsheets
Yep.
going forward, right? Because banks, investors, everyone wants to see the worst case scenario spreadsheet.
Oh, we've learned a ton.
Oh my
I
God.
can't even tell you.
So
It's
much.
been, our heads are going to explode.
I love
Now
it.
we just have to figure out how to sell an investment property with a tenant in it, and we don't know a lot about that.
And it's a single unit. It's not a multi-unit. So I feel like that's going to be a challenge.
You think so, or is it just someone else looking for a rental that does it cash flow?
It does now, but we only pay 3.25% on the interest rate. So
Gotcha. All right.
And-
So it just comps per unit. It's a single family or a condo?
it's a condex.
Condex. All right, cool. So you're going to use the unit comparables, right? So price per unit in that town, right? You don't even look at cash flow. You look at, that's going to be someone that wants to take it over and either kick the guy out and live there or keep it for the cash flow until they move out.
Yeah.
So I think there's lots of people. We just sold we had a portfolio of 15 tenanted condos between Chelmsford, Billerica, Lowell, Haverhill, Peabody, and they were all tenanted. We sold each one individually. There's no hesitation there. Do I feel that they overpaid for them? Probably, but that's the whole point.
Yeah.
You know, you're using it for something else. We used our capital for something else.
Yeah.
We just have to figure out too if we do off market or on market, because we have to be really quick.
Gotcha. Really quick because of this down payment that may or may not happen.
Yeah, he wants to close before the end of the year. And he's
Okay.
offered a few concessions that'll make it a little bit better to close before the end of the year.
Can you get
How
your due
about-
diligence done?
Kim, what?
Can you get your due diligence done before the end of the year?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe so.
Okay. Just make sure you don't rush that. That's another way to get yourself in trouble.
What if there's a lender that is willing to probably do a bridge for you guys on your assets that can get you that cash out before you sell them?
I mean, we're open to all suggestions. Anything, if anybody listening has any suggestions or referrals or anything, sure, yeah, we'll entertain
Yep.
all avenues.
So it's funny because, you know, if you just posted that into the community, we could have given you the name of Mario Kula, who would use that as collateral.
We have talked to
We
Mario,
talked to
actually.
Mario.
Not
You
not
did already?
about this, but we touched the surface upon this a couple weeks ago with him. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, let them know that you've got, whether you have other liens on your primary or not, or that condo or not, it won't matter. If there's equity there, which there is equity, and you're going to sell it, they can put a second position on that and help you with the new one.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if
That's
it's
one. And we have a bunch of those, right? So like, if hopefully Mario can help you out, and if he can't, we've got a lot of lenders that we work with.
Okay.
I love you, buddy. Are you in? So you've been
Love you too, man.
promoting, you've been social, doing the thing. Like, are you in for the third, fourth, and fifth drawing, or are you not available?
I am in. I am available.
He's in. Okay. And the name shall be added to the list. Brilliant. Thank you
I
for
think
sharing.
I've taken all the steps required. So hopefully.
All right, brother. We'll see you in a bit.
All right.
Chris,
Thank you.
as you're going, I got to say thank you for your post yesterday after our coaching call about social media marketing. It was good.
Nice. I think we have one more person that just jumped on in the shadows. Although, as usual, he's sideways. I don't even know if we should get
Wait,
him
what?
in here. I'm just kidding. Cam, are you in there? Oh, he's there. He's there. We'll add him to the stage here. 3, 2, 1. Bloop.
What's up,
Cam?
dude?
Look at this guy.
How
Cam.
you doing?
Out rocking and rolling.
What are you
What's
up to
up,
today?
guys? How you guys doing today?
How are you doing, sir? We want to hear about you.
I'm
Yeah.
good. I was just
Let me
actually
get
on the
with us.
boulevard, just walking. Just took a walk, got my little spot. You know, trying to do my 10 pages, 20 pages a day.
Doing the Millionaire Mindset Morning. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, even though it's the afternoon. Man.
Sorry about chasing it. Where's your mind at today? What do you got going on in your head?
Just a lot. Like, I just been trying to be more consistent. That's kind of my thing right now. I've been feeling like I fell out of being as consistent as I was before, and I'm trying to like kind of regain that. So, yeah.
Got it. What do you think is blocking you from that consistency?
I don't know. It's something to do with the procrastination because I'm like, oh, I can do it later, and it's just bad. Like I don't know. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. I've just been procrastinating a little more than I should.
Do you like the feeling of being busy?
I love it,
having
especially
to
when
do-
I'm like accomplishing goals. Like when I'm supposed to be doing what, like, I hate doing the smaller work sometimes, and that's my problem
Yeah.
right now, at least. Because I didn't mind doing it before. Now it's like, oh, do I want to do that? Yeah.
What's the smaller work? What do you mean by that?
Just even making calls that I'm supposed to be making. You know what I mean? Like I'm not calling as much as I should have or I used to. I'm not knocking on as many doors as before, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of bothering me at the same time, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So lead gen activities.
Yeah, that's really it.
Interesting. I could ask a series of questions, but we probably don't have time for today, right? Like one thing that I found out a long time ago is there was a piece of me that was addicted to having so many things on my plate to do, and more so than actually doing them, if that made sense. I needed to feel like I was important to have a whole bunch of shit to do. And I would do like 1 or 2 or 3 of the things, but I would procrastinate the rest because I needed to have a list like that night or the next morning when I got up. I needed to have more shit to do. Does any of that resonate? Maybe not.
It does. No, 100%. 100%. Because sometimes it's like, why am I doing this right now? Why am I in self-short when I'm not really in self-short?
Yeah. Yeah. Getting that clarity is going to be so completely ridiculous for you. I know you've done a couple exercises in the past, but bro, you're right. You're right in the right zone for it, man. If you just get a little bit of clarity and you know exactly what you're supposed to do every single day, you've already got the community to push you. Right? I love it.
100%.
Cool, man. Nice. Congrats on your deal. Super cool. Was that a wholesale or a rehab now that you got going on?
Rehab.
Rehab. All right. Cam's first rehab.
My first.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Excellent.
The first. Yeah. It's going to be awesome. Now I can just focus on like the next part of the plan is like, you know, buying an asset. So.
That's beautiful. Procrastination. We had momentum investing when I was doing it, as you might have heard this, right? 4 rehabs and then 1 rental. And this we're already 90 minutes in, but like that was my rental out in Western Pennsylvania because I couldn't buy anything financed. Right. So I would do 4 rehabs here, take about 40 grand, then go over there and buy 1. Then I would do another 4 rehabs here, take 40 grand, go over there and buy 1. And that became my momentum investing formula. Now, had I known better, I wouldn't have actually dumped my cash into non-fertile soil where I was buying, right?
You were buying ground up?
Nope. We were just buying rentals out in Western PA, $15,000 in plus 15,000 a rehab, and we can rent them for 600. That was my model back then. So it was a good model until you realized it wasn't fertile soil. So there's been 0 appreciation since 2009, even now. And cash flow at $600 a month, right? If a roof goes, you're out your cash flow for 2.5 years. So it became an interesting model for me. But
you no longer invest over there, I'm guessing.
No, well, we're selling off what we have in Western PA. We're still pretty hot on Eastern Ohio right now. Not Cleveland, but we have some stuff in Youngstown, Ohio. There's probably going to be people who laugh at me watching this feed, but I believe in Youngstown. It's right near the university. I think it's up and coming. I'm sensing a new Manchester, New Hampshire, but Youngstown, Ohio. I'll put it out here on this feed here.
How far is it from Cleveland?
About an hour, hour and a half, maybe. Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad commute. I don't know how big the state is, but
no, Are you in for the drawing, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right.
I'll make sure I follow the rest of the instructions.
He is down. Excellent. I'm going to make sure you get in there on the drawing as well. And thanks for your time today, bro. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you having me. I just wanted to chop it up for a second. I don't know. I resonated with when you were like the procrastination part because it's kind of what I'm feeling right now. And I don't like it at the same time, but I'm doing it.
Hey, whoever's in the chat right now, if you're feeling what Cam's feeling on procrastination, write "me too" in the chat. Me too. Procrastination is real. All right. I think you'll see, Cam, as you start to see some comments rolling in, you are not alone on the procrastination thing, bro. Every single entrepreneur battles with this, especially when we have a full-time gig. I don't know if that was you, but full-time gig, you have your day structured, right? Like you're 8 to 5 or 8 to 6 or 8 to 8 in my case. And then you all of a sudden go self-employed. You're like, what am I supposed to be doing?
Yo, and I'm like, I've worked forever. So I think that's a big part of it too. Even my stepmom was just like, you just don't seem as like, you know, like I make sure like I'm still waking up at 7, latest 8, you know, but it's still like I'm staying up till 1. Like it's not. I think that's also what the procrastination stems from.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but I also been what Jason said about time blocking, so that's helped a lot.
Yeah. Time blocking is key. Having something that tells you what to do on a day-to-day basis or hour-to-hour basis. But the best part is on that, Cam, is while you're going to allow your Google Calendar or whatever your alarm set to be your boss, who sets that time during the week?
Me, but I have to make sure I stay up to date with it, you know, instead of filling it out as I go. It should be just like every Sunday.
Yeah.
Like life by design, right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So,
Sunday weekly planning is a really, really big deal. We'll probably cover that on our next one. Appreciate you, bro. I'm going to put you in the back in the shadow room, but we'll make sure you get in for that drawing. And if anyone, I'm just curious if this was valuable to you guys, this was going to be like a one and done thing. We used to have our REI Accelerated boardroom meetings on this time. So we're like, hey, we ended a pod. So now we decided to do this. If this was valuable, can you just write like, give me a thumbs up if this was a valuable thing, and then we might be able to make this like a recurring every 2 weeks thing. And otherwise, besides that, I do want to give you guys at least a little taste as to what actually is happening, right? So I'm going to do this again. Let's see if I can do this here. Bloop. Okay, so I'm going to do a little tab here. And let me see, window, this one. Okay. Bloop. Hopefully you guys can see that. Oh my God, there's like so much. So for those of you who are registered for the giveaway, but also those of you who are not, I wanted at least you guys to see, this is a thing that our marketing company made up for us. But you don't want to hear me talk about it. What you really want to do is hear the people who were there before. So I'm going to post this link in this chat. And if you guys know some of these people here, we've got a few people who were at last year's event. We have Andy, Sonia, Kyle, you were there. Janine, obviously Jason. Jason was not a coach when he came last year, but he loved what we did so much. I want to kind of share with you guys what we're going to be going through, right? And so there's probably the better post is the one that I have on Facebook. So if you do choose to do the VIP bonus day with us, that's Friday. We're going to start at Bedford, New Hampshire office. Our good friend Brian Macris is letting us use his classroom style, beautiful, beautiful glass office space. We're going to be doing that for like 3 to 4 hours, but then we're going to go and see active projects. So we have some new projects in the Manchester market. We're going to talk about rehab estimation, rental unit estimation, show you what questions to ask sellers and landlords, right? How to analyze a little bit better, how to structure deals. We've had, I think, 20 units right now that we've taken over in Manchester with 95% seller financing. It's pretty cool. So we're going to be going over that on that part of it. And we also have an evolution. So the whole point of this, right, is to have not just real estate expertise, but those who are with us in the last one. And feel free to share your experience if you were. We're changing you as a person. You already know that based on what we're talking about today, right? This isn't just about real estate, because what if I told you, right, that what you do day to day affects the deals you attract, the partners, the private money, the vibration that you're putting out to the world. So in my experience, I've had to put together exercises, or what I call evolutions, to make sure that you leave there a changed person. If you're coming for just the regular weekend, we have a get and a grow day. Our get day is learning how to take your real estate business that might be doing under 10 deals a year right now, right? And get that to a place where you have active income that's coming in. That's at least 6 figures. So our goal is to get you to $1 million in active income in your get. Now that could be wholesaling, rehabbing, agency, whatever that might be. And we have guest speakers that are coming in to talk all about that. So focus on securing cash. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually pull up. I think we had our itinerary. So let me see if I can pull up the itinerary without giving you guys too much away here. Let's see here. Can I do that? Oop. You're all sharing this. This is me not having a ooh, here we go. Let's see what I got in here. Okay. All right. Don't mind all the stuff in here. But we're going to quickly go to nope. Okay. Here's our outline. So you can take a look. Paperwork, agreement, SOWs. We have a reminder of what's important. We have the vision, setting the vision, getting the clarity that you need to focus on real estate. The frameworks for reaching financial freedom in 5 years or less. That's all that we're doing right now, is getting you to that place where you know you jumped into real estate to be financially free. So let's get you there, right? We have the REI ladder, starting from active and going up to passive, and what your relationship with money is on that side. We then talk about how to source off-market deal flow constantly, how to bring that in. We have experts coming in. We have Mike Gomes coming in on sales process, Justin Tumanowski on creative finance, sub 2 and buying deals, no money down. We have Megan coming in for, of course, all the attorney stuff. And we do an evolution at the end of Saturday. And now we move into, we also have a VIP dinner for those who bought the VIP dinner. It's a private dinner with the leadership team. And we all do that in this like beautiful restaurant. This is all happening at the Chateau Merrimack in Tingsboro, at least for right now. That's going to be what we do. And then on Sunday, it's a grow day. Sunday is grow. So growing your wealth, cash flow, right? How do we take your active income and move it into passive income for you to reach that financial freedom? We have Andrew Freed coming in talking about how he scaled his cash flow and unit count. Pretty sweet. We're going to have a financing expert that comes in, right? Talks about how to scale with hard money and then how to use conventional financing to get you to that place. We have syndications, JVs, and scaling with partnerships because it's who, not how. This is a big piece here, guys, right? Like working with JVs, understanding partnerships, bringing people in to help you in your business. That might be the only difference from you making 6 figures now to making 7 figures in 6 months. A lot of that, though, has to do with control issues, trust issues, whatever happened in your childhood, right? And finding out where that pain comes from and trying to fix that and having enough self-love where you can trust yourself to then trust others. This is what I mean when we get deep. We have raising private capital, right? So I've got a lot of experience with that. I believe one of our SEC partners is going to come in to chat with us about that one. We have expert Chris Petsy coming in to talk to us about short-term rentals, lifestyle assets, and Airbnb stuff. Staying focused, our own Sonia is going to be talking about how to avoid the procrastination, how to avoid the bright, shiny object syndrome. Sonia, if you're around, hop into the StreamYard and I can put you on the screen. If you're not around, that's okay. So can you guys only see, are you guys only seeing this? What are you guys seeing here? You only seeing this part? Stop screen. Did you guys see my, can you guys see the schedule? No one's talking to me. I can't tell. We saw it. Chris is saying he saw it. Okay. Thank you, Chris. So we're still going through here. We talk about our 3 C's and 3 T's for how to leverage everything that you've learned to scale the real estate company. And then we have that whole thing about keeping score with our last evolution. And I promise you, with the close of our last evolution on how it will absolutely change you as a person. We'll also talk about next steps. There's going to be some incentives provided there, and you'll also learn about our communities, learn about our challenges that we have coming up and what that could look like. So with all that said, I'm going to give everyone here a gift. So no matter whether or not you're registered for the giveaway or not, I want to make sure that everyone here does have a gift. So if you're on your phone or on your computers, I'm going to post a link right now into this chat. I'm going to post it right now. I'm also going to give you guys an exclusive coupon code that I believe it's really only for you guys who joined me here today because you invested the time, money, and energy. So no matter what, I want you to take down that link, which is right there in the chat. I think it's a YouTube chat, although I'm not sure. It says can't post comments on destination. So make sure you guys are in there. If not, I will send a follow-up email to all of you who registered, and I'll make sure you get that link with a QR code. And there is the, yeah, Chris, you're not, okay, so you're on Facebook. We'll make sure we get you guys. We'll make sure you register for this event. And here's the website right here. If you guys can see this here, let me do this here. Present, share screen. Here's the link. So it's reiaccelerated.com/reboot live. This is the main site to go and take a look and see what it's about. You guys have seen the agenda, but there's also people in here that talk about their experiences in last year and their life-changing it was. So be sure to head over here, reiaccelerated.com/reboot-live. Here's our QR code if you want to look at that. There it is. Whoop. Take a photo of that. I don't know if this is going to be in the, this is super professional. See, I'm not a QR code generator. This tells you guys how professional we are here. I'm not the integrator. Jason's is gone. Sarah's not on. I don't know what to do, but there's the QR code. But the coupon code, which I gave you guys before. Oh, you didn't see any of that, did you? Look at this. This is like terrible. Share screen. I have to click another button to share the screen. Okay. This is nuts. Here we go. Here's the screen right here. reiaccelerated.com/reboot live. And for those of you who stuck around and are watching the whole thing here, oh, Jason is here. Where are you, Jason? All right, cool.
I'm back.
He's back. He's back.
I've been hiding in the shadows for like 10 minutes now.
Oh, we missed it. We missed it. I posted the link in here, Jason. Jason, talk about your experience last year in October's event last year.
My experience last year? So I learned some things in real estate, but I've learned things in real estate, bigger pockets and everywhere else in the world. So it wasn't the biggest takeaway for me. The biggest takeaway for me was the mindset portion of things that I didn't know I needed, right? Like I told you guys before that I thought meditation was crap. I thought crying was something we don't do as men, right? And all those type of things.
Don't set them up to say they're going to cry. They might not cry.
You
okay.
You may not cry. I'm an easy crier, I guess. I didn't know that about myself, but I learned that. The event will push you to discover yourself and discover things about yourself you didn't know before. So I completely changed myself in my direction due to that event. It got me out of my box and stopped making me think, what should I be doing next? Like I was going to try to build a bigger flipping company because I flipped a bunch of houses, to what empowers me. What should I be doing? Not what I want to be doing next. And that's one of the reasons I'm here with you right now. Like I've always done my vision off of what should happen. So I should grow a real estate company. I should make a team, or I should grow the flipping company. And then one of the things that started me on my journey to where I am right now and a much happier life was that event, because I realized what I should be doing. And I also realized, hey, Jason, it's not about finance 24/7, because you're going to ruin your marriage that way. You're going to gain your 20 pounds that way. My marriage is fine, by the way, guys, but those are things that can happen to you. So it opened up something for me, basically, is the best way to say it. Something I didn't know that needed to be opened, but I am so much happier today than I was before. And I'm in front of you guys talking. I'm not sure I would have done this last year, because I would have felt that I'm not worthy, or I don't have good enough things to say to you all here. But that event is what actually is the catalyst that started everything that happened this past year that got me to here talking to you. I'm a little long-winded sometimes, Nick.
No, I wanted people to hear it from you, right? There's no one here that's perfect. And whoever calls themselves, even I hate calling myself a coach, right? Because we're all figuring our shit out, just like everybody. I've been through an awful lot of stuff that you guys don't necessarily have to go through, but some of you will have to go through it, depending on your relationship with what brought you here in this lifetime. What challenges did you agree that you would have to face in this lifetime? But let us, or a community at least, be there for you. Let a community help guide you into the place where you are going towards that what you want. And if we see you starting to stray, I want this, you say, okay, we can get you there. We can get you there in 5 years or less, right? Most people, it's going to be 3 years if they commit and do the work. But here's the deal, right? Like, if you are straying, you need someone to hold you accountable for that. We all have coaches and guides and mentors. So there's a lot going on here as far as what this event is and is not. This event is not for people who want to hide. It's not for people who just want to like kind of hang out and be in the back of a big BP con, right? And just sort of like sit in the back and like, oh, just taking the information. Our promise to you is that you will leave this event with an ultimate clear path as to where you're headed, and you will know your next steps to get there. And you will also be a more powerful version of you to not procrastinate and to get that shit done. And a lot of you will choose to join us in our communities too, which would be amazing. But that's not necessarily needed.
Yeah, what about anyone that went to it last year? Can you guys throw some comments in?
I saw Kyle who said evolution exercises are incredible, guys. Highly recommend it. See, can I do this? That's cute.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that, huh?
You have so many toys.
Oh, Sonia said, how do I get in? That was a while ago. Sonia, you have to go to you have to register to get the StreamYard link. Then you get the StreamYard link, then you can click on that link and it brings you in here.
What else do we got in here?
Let's see here. I'll keep showing this here too. So he was able to put the link up for people. So this is the gift no matter what. Make sure you all put this into your browser window or into your phone. And then there is the QR code I showed earlier. So reiaccelerated.com/reboot-live is a landing page. It's November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We'd love to see you guys there now that you know what it's all about.
Catherine asked a while ago, do we only do this once a year? What's your thoughts, Nick?
Depends on if the people like it. We were doing that only once ever last year. And then, what is it? I think it was Janine and a few other people were like, you have to do this again.
If we can plan it, that's the hard part, is planning. And Sonia might kill me because she's helping us. And I love you. You're amazing. As long as it serves and we can get it going, then we'll help. We will do what we can do. But right now we have once a year.
Yep, that's it. All right. Does anyone else want to chat about anything before I'm going to check. I'm just messaging my VAs now to see if we have picked a winner for this. Otherwise,
see if there's any other questions we missed.
Did Catherine McDonald just give me a middle finger? What's that?
That's a thumbs up.
Oh, jeepers. Okay. Oh my God. This is nuts. All right.
Dude, why do I go there?
The gift for everybody here on this call, though, because they sat with us for almost 2 hours now. Thank you so much. I just put the coupon code on the live stream. So what that does is if you do choose to do the VIP day, I believe like the total cost for the 3 days is like $1,300.
Oh God.
But you get the two.
Catherine has now flipped you off. Just sorry. I moved your flow, but I couldn't not laugh at that.
It's all good. I see you, Catherine. I see you, Catherine. So the event itself, I believe, is like $997. If you add the whole VIP day, the Friday day on, the construction, estimation, rehab, return day with evolution number 1, I believe that adds like $300 to the cost. So it's $1,300 all in. The gift for you today is that whether you're chosen or not, there's the coupon code here. Reboot 250 will get you $250 off that price. So you almost have the entire a VIP day for free. You guys can make that. All right. So we're going to make sure we do that. And I'm being told that the winner will be announced in the REI Unleashed National Networking Group tonight, which means that you all have to join. See this little scroll here? Free Facebook community, REI Unleashed National Networking. Make sure you join that Facebook group answer the questions to get in. All of us as admins and moderators will make sure you guys get in on that group, and that by, they're not giving me a time. This is stressful. I'm stressed.
I just do a link to that group in the private chat.
We'll make sure that at least by 7 p.m. tonight, we're going to be announcing the winner in that group. If not, like in the next 15 minutes. I'm trying to figure this out. So I will make sure we get that to you. Make sure you join that Facebook group. That's our free community, and engage. Just like going back with what we talked about with Chris today, guys and gals. Get into that community. Lean on people, right? Engage and participate, but like don't go into a hole. You need something. You come out and ask. That's the whole point of a community, right? So lean in when you're feeling like this sucks. This is embarrassing. I can't do this anymore. Rounding up all of our conversations today, the challenges and the mistakes and the struggles are all part of this journey. This beautiful journey to freedom. I like that new name, Jason. You saw that. We're freedom coaches now. I hate coach, but
I like that. But yeah, I mean, if anyone here can give us another word for coach, coach is like manager for me. Like, I don't want that. So we gotta figure that out. But now I feel like that's minor.
Scott Michael Brocklebank, I joined 4 times by accident trying to get into the live stream. We were hoping that you'd
so
chat,
cheating.
Scott. I think he might be in there, but we'll see. Yes,
he's in our community, so we can't really disqualify him. But otherwise, we'd probably. I think he's. Yeah, I don't trust him.
Does anybody have any questions? Anybody want to jump in with questions, comments, concerns, opinions?
Other words for coach.
I think I like guide.
Oh, guide's nice.
I'm gonna do. You know what? While we're waiting, I'm gonna do a little premonition, a little forward thinking.
Oh.
So REI Accelerated community, right? So there's gonna be a whole bunch of announcements that we're gonna make on Saturday and Sunday of this event. So like, if you're already in the community, you still want to come because there's a whole bunch of new shit coming. Like, you don't even know what we've been working on for the past like 6 months. So that's number 1. Number 2. What if there was a cool higher level mastermind group where we only push people to become different versions of themselves every single month going forward, where they had no choice but to jump into this comfort and expand themselves into abundance, expand themselves as a husband or a wife or a partner or a leader or wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool, Nick.
That would be cool. Catherine's going to say guide. I like it.
Yeah, she's on point.
All right.
She's feisty too, so that's good.
So no opinions, no questions, no comments, gripes. All right. With that said, I want you guys all to join that Facebook group, and we'll make sure we're going to tally up the entrance here. And we'll be announcing that winner tonight. If you do not win, remember, you still win. Use the Reboot 250 coupon code. That's only available to you guys right now, right? So make sure you get in there. And we will also email that back out to all the people who came in. So you'll have that available in your email inboxes for tomorrow morning. We would love, love, love to see some live people there. And that we had a bunch of people put their thumbs up, Jason. So I think people want us to do this like every 2 weeks, whether or not we're promoting an event or not. Like, what do you think?
I can do that. I had fun here. As long as you guys allow my goofy self to be goofy, then we're good. If not, I won't show up because I won't show up as me. As me. Scott, I had one question about equity. I have a property that has 150K in equity, been kind of a pain in the butt to manage recently. Normally CF cash flow, I'm going to guess that is about 6K a year, which I'm happy with, but I always wondering if it's a bad ROE. I wonder how many people know what ROE is, not ROI. That's not a mistype. Can anybody comment? What does ROE mean?
I know what ROE means.
Nick, not you.
I have a question for Scott that won't be like anybody else's question, but I'm going to wait and see what you guys chat about first.
Let's get it first. Return on equity, and Fred got return on equity. So, Nick, now you can go with your question.
Scott, my question to you: what do you have that property for? What are you using the cash flow for? Or what would you use the equity for? Why aren't you coming on live? I don't want to talk to a chat bot. Come on. That's all right.
Well, Scott's also the person in the stuffed ballot box. So is this
Yeah.
really Scott or like
This
a
could be a
Scott clone?
chat bot.
Who knows? Yeah.
Gotcha. So that's my question back to you, Scott, because why? Everybody here knows why now. The easy question for a lot of people, here's the easy question that I could have asked you, which most other guides would have asked you. How long would it take you to reach 150K with a 6K per year cash flow? How many years is that? Right? The answer is what? 2.5? 2.5? Ah, sorry. Wait. 20 and a half, right? Oh, geez. Hold on. I was a politics major. I have to do this. I have to do this out. It's something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about?
We'll do hold music. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we already know what this is, right? And he does too because he has this background. So
Okay, I'm done.
25 years. It's 25 years. So it's 2.5. I was 1 decimal off. That's fine. Listen, 1 decimal doesn't mean much when Chris Halpin is investigating cabin fields. Just kidding, Chris. So if that's the case, Scott, let's look at why you'd be using the money, right? So that's my question. What would you use the 150,000 for versus what are you using the 6,000 for? And it's an easy answer to an investor that only and strictly only cares about cash, right? But do you have an opportunity, or do you have that vacation or that big dream bucket thing that you're looking to do? And how much does that cost? Those are all questions that I would come back at with him. And since he's not here live, Scott, you had to do all those things. You had to go on to get the register for the StreamYard link, and then they get emailed to you, or you get it, and then you jump on that link. That's right. I think I love you, brother. We're probably too late for that right now.
he's also a chat bot, so like that's not really Scott.
Yeah. That's all good.
It's Scott bot. I like that.
Scott bot. All right. We're officially at 2 hours. I appreciate all of you so much. Jason, and I think we might do this in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
So,
wait, hold on. Hold on. You may need another partner in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, maybe. If
Yeah,
it's not in 2 weeks,
I do this in 2 weeks, I'm gonna have a
maybe after the
Disney
event.
hat on, like with the ears and everything.
maybe we'll do it after the event. Maybe we'll do it in mid-November, like in a month from now. That'll be good. So love you folks. Very much appreciate your input. Thank you for being active. Remember to lean in. Remember to be ultimately clear on what your path is to your financial success, or also your other successes, being the best, father, mother, husband, everything you can possibly be, a leader to your people. And we'll see you in the group tonight. REI Unleashed National Networking. We'll announce the winner there. And expect in your emails the link. We'd love to see you all November 3rd, 4th, and 5th for a life-changing weekend. Mm-hmm. It's going to be small. We're going to have less than about 30 people there. So make sure you're there. Talk to you soon.
Bye, everybody.